Yep. So this is getting recorded. Rahul, you have some question? Rahul and Sonam. If not, please remove the hand raise.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. So I'm sharing my screen quickly. Yep. And again, I'm going back to the Teams channel, and I will try to copy and paste. By the way, how many of you know how to use UiPath forum to get the documents that are available? You can unmute and talk, that's fine. Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Vajrang, I have sent you a query yesterday. I don't know you have received or not because I was using that first time.
Uh-huh. So Sundarvalli, right?
No, Sonam.
Sonam, what were you using, Sonam?
Mm, I have like tag you at the rate Vajrang,
Okay.
and I have asked one question here.
Okay, fine. So if you have tagged me
Yes.
like how Sundarvalli have done, then you will be able to get that. But I think you tracked down a different account. Just check that out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally, whenever I want to get a document, I rely on UiPath forum. So PLD sample. Normally, if you have completed UiPath RPS starter, then this should be easier for you. Like data downloads. Let me just check if I have it right now. So no, UiPath Academy. So from UiPath Academy, you can also download all the starter kits. Sign in. Continue. So this is RPF forum, but let me just check it. Okay, it's redirecting me to orchestrator. So anyone have academy? Okay, I think I got it. Learning by role. So if I see RPS starter, there is implementation manager as well. I think I can get it from here.
Bajrang, in the forum, I noticed that they have mentioned that I guess, from 1st of September only, they are going to launch new starter course.
Yes, that can include the new stable version 2021.10.
Okay.
So each and
But
every
the contents are very different, right?
no, like there will be few add-ons, but not completely different. Okay,
Oh,
so what happens is UiPath has a release cycle on every April as well as on October. So every year 2020.4 is a stable version, 2020.10 is a stable version, like a long supporting LTS support. Okay, so the one that currently we are having is might be released on 2004, 2021, and it can be of 2020 as well. But right now they might have added the new courses. That's it.
when we download the community version, we are automatically on the newer one only, newer, latest version, right?
Exactly. So just checking out in UiPath forum. Just a second. So if you see PDD sample, okay. So one of the way I can get it is using task capture if I have. So this is one of the tool that UiPath provides, and it is a community version. And community version allows us to record up to 500 steps in a process. Okay, so I would like to take an example of a website called rpssamples.com, and here my requirement is um, sales opportunities. Navigate to sales opportunities, and I need to find out filter some data, or I can add this data to an orchestrator. I want to create a dispatcher bot with this data. Okay, so anyone know about a dispatcher bot? What is a dispatcher bot and why it is different from performer bot?
Dispatcher bot, it is for retrieving data from queue.
Retrieving data from queue. Any? I think that's wrong.
Dispatcher is adding data to the queue, and
Okay,
performer is to retrieve data from the queue and process for the as per the business.
exactly. So when we say dispatcher, just remember that you are stacking up the data in somewhere so that others can access it. Okay. So I'll just add it to the documents. It's easy for me. Okay. So when I know where I can download the files, from where I can find the files. But yes, if you are able to complete the scenarios and the trainings, you will also be able to grab all the values faster. Yes. So business analyst template. So this is a period template, and this is the issue log template, process template. Everything that's related will be available for us. And if you see, that is in business analysis fundamentals training. Okay, so this is for BA. So that's the reason he have access for all these values. But if you see in the period,
Vijay, one question repetitive here.
yes.
For task capture, where did you navigate for task capture?
So if you want to download task capture, go ahead and check in UiPath task capture.
Okay, that's exclusive. Okay.
Okay, so there is a task capture tool that you can download and install.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so what it does is it will help you to build a diagram or capture the process. It will also help you to take all the screenshots required. Got it?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so there can be two items that we can do. Let's go with sales opportunities because that is something that can be relatable. So run a community edition is what I will take because I have a community edition. The latest version is a bit different, so you will see something different than this. If I want to capture a process, I will go ahead with this, but if I want to simply update something, then I can use simple template. Okay, so the new version is somewhat different, but when we export it, it will be in a Word document with a PDD. And if you want to add it directly to the studio as a skeleton, you can also do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and create something. So how many of you can install a UiPath task capture now? Because that's easy. You can just go ahead and download. Anyone want to try?
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, Vajrang, I'm doing that.
I want others also to do that, please, because that will definitely help you out.
Yeah, downloading.
Can you please share me the link of download because I'm not able to get it directly. Okay, is there something that's shared? Okay. I'm not able to fill in the form. If you have already downloaded it, can you please add it to the chat?
Sure, Vajrang. 1 minute. Let me access email.
Sure.
We send EXE. Is that XAML or EXE? I have not received the link yet.
You will receive it in your email.
Yeah, I'm just checking that.
That's a exe file that will be downloaded. It's not a XAML.
Yeah, I've received it.
So Surbi, any issue with your access because I'm seeing you trying to access multiple times?
Hi, hello.
Yes, Surbi, tell me.
Yeah, I was not able to visible the screen. So
See the screen, but can you see it now?
yeah, yeah.
I made you as a attendee, so you will be able to see it now. Yep. So do we have the downloaded file?
Vajrang, do we need to install 32-bit or 64-bit?
It depends
Anything?
upon your OS. It doesn't
Oh,
matter. If you have downloaded it, could you please share it in the Teams chat?
Yeah, 1 minute. It just a few seconds left.
yeah, for
Others
me.
also can join the party.
Do we need to fill in the form to download?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Vajrang, I have shared it here. Still going.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, it will come through. It's just saying uploading.
Fine.
I'm not sure EXE. Can we share EXE?
Yes, you can upload that in the files of our Teams channel.
Oh, okay. Then I will try there. Yeah.
Okay. So by the time we have downloaded files directly from the UiPath Academy, PDD sample, issue tracker, issue register, traceability metrics, process assessment tool. Yesterday, someone asked me how will you assess a process? Okay, so these inputs are normally will be available for a user, but yes, if you see, uh, we need to have these things filled. How many FTE is currently needed for the perform this process? FTE stands for full-time employees, and these gives a particular. If you see here, there can be few Excel formulas. We look up, we look up scores, everything. So this will finally give you what is the effort that will take place, high benefit and medium benefit. So you need not completely understand this as a developer, but try to understand that is there any VDI, if there is any VDI, then if you make it to yes, so if I make it to yes, then what will happen? Yes, then the ease of implementation will be a bit lesser. But if I make it to no, okay, ease of implementation is 42%. So it depends completely uh, on this particular Excel sheet. The formulas are already available. All you need is go ahead and fill those formulas so that you will get the results. So that's the way how we normally do it. Okay, but as a developer, you need not check too much on this. All you need is the PDD sample. So if you see this PDD sample, we have document history where and when the document is available, document flow when it is prepared, document prepared by business analyst, document approved by head of accounting, approved by COE manager, and here are the table of contents. Okay, so we will also prepare a tab. We will also prepare a PDD today, and we will try to upload that in the Teams channel. And I want everyone to access my UiPath for 30 days program. Let's take the GitHub link. So as I have said, we'll be moving much faster now. If you want others code, you can go ahead and access it. That's fine. This is open for everyone. And if you want to check my folder, go to my folder and you can download resume samples as well from my folder. It's open and it's accessible to everyone. Okay, and I'm sharing it right away in the Teams channel, so please go ahead and check that out. Yep, did you send that? Is upload
Chirag,
completed?
it's still showing uploading.
Okay, let's continue with the process so that I will use my existing UiPath task capture. Okay, so all I need is I need to capture each and every item within this particular data table, and I need to check if the quantity is well, let's add a business use case. If a quantity is more than 5, then add it to the queue. If the quantity is less than 5, don't add it to the queue. So understood the process? Yes, no, all right, please.
Yeah,
Yes, Vajra, understood.
it's just
Okay, so let's capture a process. Capture. So this is paused and we have, okay, so let's pause it. So this is the way how you pause. And if you want to navigate somewhere, you can do that. Capture sales opportunities. So when you click on sales opportunities, this will be triggered and you can just select everything. Then I can stop. There are only 2 steps that I am writing over here. So if you see here, each and every step will have a description and I can maximize it and minimize it. This will be a different process in your new item, but yes, step
so
is
you have just selected all
yes,
in that sheet.
exactly, opportunities here. Uh,
Can you please repeat? I am not understanding.
okay, so this task capture will help you to record the steps that we are doing. Okay, so when I started, I clicked on start process or capture process and I did whatever I do manually. So this task capture application at the background captured this with the screenshots. Okay, now this is easier for me to directly add it to the PDD because this will generate a PDD for me. Just wait for a few seconds and then see. So instead of click on total agent records, capture all records. all total records, nothing else. Okay. So again, this is the process that is given by UiPath task capture. Now after this, I can add my own decision point. I can say that business rule, if what is the condition that I want to add? If quantity is greater than 5, then I can add row to orchestrator. If it is less than 5, then exempt this row. Okay, and finally I can just add an end event here, and I can also add a end event to this one. So did you understand the process? So this is the simple workflow or diagram that I want to build in, that I have built. Now if I want to export it, I can save the diagram as image, and also I can publish it into UiPath Studio. So batch 2, and I would like to add a new folder called RPA samples. And in this RPA samples, this is um, capture data dispatcher. Yes. If I see what did I get out of exporting, so RPA samples, capture data dispatcher, there is a complete NuGet package that's created, this file that's created as UiPath project. And if I open it directly in Studio, so when if a interviewer asks you what are the tools that you are using, you can also say that we use UiPath task capture as well within our organization. That helps us to record the process. Especially for business analysts and business users, this will be really helpful.
Hi, Vajran. So how about access and to be processed? Are we able to implement that too?
Yeah, you can create the flowcharts, right?
Okay.
It depends upon how you utilize it.
Okay.
If you want to go with Visio, you can go with that. If you don't want to go with that, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not sure, I think this is taking up the complete project with the documents. But yes, so let's go back and let's try to see what's that something we have. In this process, what do we have? Click activity we have. Okay, so and the next step is click on sales opportunities. So it created a basic skeleton. If you see here, this is a switch statement that it created. Okay, so instead of I write a code, UiPath gives a pre-built code that it understands, and I can change it if I want. And if I export it to Word document, EDD for RPA sample. Don't think this as an RPA sample. Take this as your local application or any kind of SAP application or any any kind of portal where you are extracting the data. Think in that perspective rather than just thinking that this is a sample information. Just think that this is a actual uh, user application, and that's what we are trying to work on. If you think in that way, then it will be easier for you. So PDD for RPS sample data extraction. So this is batch 2. Save. Let's see what do we get. Open file. So you are also going to get with the same thing. PDD for RPS sample. Everything is covered here. So role is solution architect. Name is Vajrang. Vajrang at outlook.com. New demo. Minimum requirements is a filled in process definition document, test data to support the document, user access for creating accounts, license permissions for the robots, and access for RPS samples website, access to orchestrator for adding transaction items, queue items. So this is what I will add. So the template is ready. I'm making the changes. That's it. Next, as is process. If you see what is the process full name, process area is with uh, let's say that this is a data capture, and this is required for sales department. Um, capture information from internal portal and upload it to orchestrator. Okay, so what are the rules required to perform this operation? Any user. Process schedule frequency. When do we want to change? When do we want to update it? Can you please tell me? You can guide me to fill down the rest of the items. That can be sample or any kind of vague inputs. That's fine. Please speak out and just give me the input. Process schedule and frequency. How many times do we need to run and when do we need to run? Just give me a time and date.
Daily at
Depending
5 p.m.
daily, weekly, it can be.
Daily at 9 p.m.
Fine.
That's fine. Number of items processed, reference period. How many items can be taken into consideration on an average? This is just
Depending
a
upon
question.
off weekend high peak load, we can define that.
Exactly. So you can give the average for now. Let's take an average as 15 items. Okay, so if you see here, depending upon our inputs, robot actually calculated how much time did we take to complete that process. So peak periods are on so every Sunday. Okay, and during a transaction period during one is 50. Let's assume that it's 50, and total number of FTEs supporting this project. Let's say this is a bigger application, and we are having around 10 people who are supporting this. Expected increase in volume in the next reference period. How much time are we seeing that? 20% is the increase that we can expect. Like every data, there will be 20% data increase. For example, if there are 100 rows, we are expecting 120 rows in the next reference. So level of exception rate, how much exceptions can we expect? So it completely depends upon a business user and a business owner. So exception rates are like how many exceptions do we get on an average? Like application is if the application is slower and we are not able to extract data, everything, something like that. Rate of application is 1%. Input data is again from the website. Output data will be orchestrator queue item. It again changes depending upon the use case. For this is orchestrator queue item. For others, there can input data can be an Excel, or input data can be an Outlook file or Outlook email, and output data can be a report that will be generated. Okay. Yeah. So what do we have next? Applications used in the process. First one is Internet Explorer.
Vajang, sorry, one question. I have installed the task capture, and it shows that we can capture, but the sheet which you have opened, that was Internet Explorer. You just web browser. You have opened that sheet.
The URL.
Yeah, yeah, this one. Okay,
Yep.
please.
RPS
Yeah,
samples
thank you.
slash opportunities.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. System language is English. Environment access method is this is production environment. So no comments. So if you see here, this is the as-is process map that's already updated depending upon our activities. And if you see the process, we have one input windows, mouse clicks, everything is captured by default. And if I want to update something, I can update it directly here, but in the interest of time, let's continue. And if you see here on the right side, open opportunities is what we have checked. Open, or you can also use click sales opportunities. Okay, and then sales opportunities, add more page, estimated time, this is the time to page load. Okay, and here capture all total records, scrape all the data is what I'm asking. So third point is if the quantity is greater than 5, if the value, then go to 4, exempt this row. If the value, if value, then go to 5. So I think this can be quantity. I'll keep it as value without changing anything. Let it go. And exempt this row is what we are checking. Add data row to orchestrator. Add following specific content to orchestrator. And in this, what are we going to add? We are going to add account number, country, everything from the website. So add all these details in the specific content. And yep, what are in scope and out scope, I can mention that I would like to stop more explanation in the interest of time. But did you understand what are we writing in the PDD?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Praveen, can you please explain me what are we doing?
Yeah, we are actually capturing the step-by-step procedure what we need to do,
And
and we are showing.
to whom this will be helpful? This document will be helpful for.
Yeah, initially the prime responsibility is for RPA business analyst used to capture this requirement,
Mhm.
and based on this requirement, it will be helpful for the developers and architects, which and they will be uh, if they go through this document, they will get to know what we need to do with the automation.
Okay. So will the PDD
I
consist?
think it's good for stakeholder as well to give them the overview that what are we trying to achieve as a high level.
Mhm. Yep, that's correct, Pragati. We are adding a step-by-step procedure as well, right? Stakeholder initially gives us a step-by-step activity document that can be converted. We are using task capture to do that, right? But actually, we can copy it from the document as well. Okay, yeah, Praveen, you can continue with the answering this question. So, uh, what are the items or what will we have in PDD? Can you list out few subheadings that we can find out in PDD?
Yeah, we can find like the how much time it will require to complete that particular task, and I don't know the exact heading, but
Okay.
like the time taken, uh, and also we can have like as is process and to be process,
Okay.
uh, and there are some like we can mention the step-by-step procedure that I don't know the exact heading. I can't.
Step by step screenshot of the process.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. So, Sonam, can you please answer this? Like, to capture the process, which application are you using?
Sorry, Vajram, but I don't know about that. I'm learning right now that what's going on.
So that's what we used an application, right? What is it to capture the process?
Yeah, yeah. For like to capture the data, we are making a document that will explain
Mm,
about our workflow and
that's
all the
not the
things. I
question.
have
So,
understood. Those.
if someone else can understand my question, what is the application that we are using to create the document? Can you please answer? Sorry?
Task capture.
Yes, Sundaravali, yes, Maha, thank you so much. So, task capture, again, I'm saying task capture is not currently majorly used, but you can definitely say it, saying that, okay, our company uses task capture, we are trying it. Okay, and there are two versions of task capture. One is community version that allows only 500 steps, but in the enterprise version, it is unlimited. The steps can be unlimited, the complete process can be updated. Okay, Pragati,
Excuse me, Vajra.
yes, Soumya, please tell me.
We have like recording this desktop and web recording in studio, right? As well as we have data scrapping methods. So why are we using task capture in order to auto generate all these?
So task capture is mainly used for the documentation purpose, nothing else. We are not writing any code with it. But UiPath provided a capability to complete or to convert that documented process into the flow chart or a flow chart mainly.
Okay, just in order to create this PDD document, we are using the task capture.
Exactly. Create document if you want to create any process flows in future. So there should be some tool, right? Normally everyone uses Visio as a standard tool. Um, but they provided task capture, making sure that that is compatible with RPA, so that it has all the required items and nothing extra. If you go with Visio, then it will have everything. You may or may not be able to understand, but task capture will be simple and you will be able to more easily.
Vajra, actually, you opened something in UiPath Studio, right? So it was showing some flowchart. So you clicked on something. So there will not be any code inside that, just flowchart.
Yes, if you see the code itself, click itself is a code. If you see this is a sequence, but there is nothing in the sequence, the template is available. If you see here, click activity is available. This is a code, or you can say this as an
Okay,
activity.
that there will not be any code inside. Just
Exactly. So just it will give us you complete flow of what can happen.
okay.
Ske- it will have skeleton basically.
Yeah, it's basically a skeleton, nothing else. What's up?
Vajram, in today's case, it is, I mean, the data is captured from a web browser. So this task capture is very useful. So what if we have to capture data from Excel? That time we have to manually add the screenshots.
Can you please repeat that again?
So using task capture, we are scraping data from web browser, and we are giving the
No,
conditions
no,
like
no, no,
quantity.
no, no. We are not capturing any data from the task capture. We are just showing out this is the screenshot for a developer to guide him, stating that this is where you need to use data scraping.
Okay.
But it's not capturing any data.
So how about Excel sheet? So is the same way we use in Excel sheet also?
Yeah, even if you want to automate something in Excel, this will record all the steps that you are doing. All you need is start with a record and it will record all the process. And after completing, you can delete all the steps that came in extra and you can create the document.
And how we combine dispatcher and performance workflow in PDD?
So yes, in this particular process, you can have two PDDs if required by if the PDD or if the process is very lengthy. But if you just want to have it in one PDD, even that's possible. So if you see here, this is the process, right? So
Yes.
in this process, as this process, you can have it as a complete process, but in 2B process, you can have it as two different steps. First one as yeah. So here you can provide there will be two process, dispatcher and a performer, and you can add all the images. For example, if I want to, let's say how normally a different way or approach, how we can do that. So I will just add shapes, and in the shapes I will add new drawing canvas. In this new drawing canvas, I can just go ahead and add um, draw. Okay, sorry, insert. Just a second. Shapes. So in the shapes, I can go ahead and say, okay, I will start. Okay, and after that, insert shapes, and so this is one of the step that I can give. So I'm directly building a flowchart. Open URL, and this is the URL, sales opportunities URL. And once I open the URL, then I will just go ahead and copy it again.
This is manual method, right?
Exactly. This is complete manual method. I can go ahead and say that, okay, do this step. Then go ahead and scrape of the data. Um, let me just complete the process flow so that you will be able to relate it much more easier way. So after scraping the data, I'm not using any filter here. I'm just add all rows to orchestrated queue. So this is the dispatcher. So dispatcher process will complete till the data is added to the queue. But performer process will start once the data is updated in the queue. So again, I will add one more canvas, and this canvas, let me just add few items or copy from few items from here. So I'll copy that and I will just paste it. So you can also do this if you have no document or Word document or Word installed. But if you don't have it, just try to use Google Sheet as well or Google Docs as well. Even that will work. So here this is performer. So get transaction item from queue, and here what I can do is check again. I need to add all the rows, all the arrows, but I'm not doing it. So just check and delete. If quantity, so here instead of adding this one, I can just remove this and insert something with rhombus so that I can make it as a decision block. If quantity is greater than 5, again I need to add all the details. I need to manually add all the values. So this is what a business analyst will do. Either he can use a different tool to build this, or he can directly add this directly as I do. Okay. mark
Okay.
as BRE, mark as success. So the difference is this particular dispatcher can be executed only once, but performer can be executed in 5 machines. So all the 5 machines will access only one orchestrator queue. So tomorrow let's try to connect a bit early if possible, or else that's fine. What we can do is we will connect or we will connect one orchestrator within the team to 3 to 4 members, and we will execute the bot, create the bot and execute the bot. And your task for today is to try to create the document. Okay, try to see. But if you are okay not creating the document, even that's fine. But what I want you to do is go to UiPath Studio and navigate to this particular opportunities. Use data scraping to read all the data and write it to Excel, or you can also upload it to Orchestrator. Can you do that for today?
Sure.
Sorry, Vajrang,
Sure.
can you please repeat? So create the PDD.
Okay, I'm going to write it in the conversation. So
Thank you.
create PDD. Okay, so after creation of PDD, open RPA samples website. Okay, and open opportunities. Okay, ignore the spelling mistakes, please. So open opportunities and then scrape all the data. Add data to Excel and add data to orchestrator queues. So you should be able to connect your machine to orchestrator. Check online. I cannot guide you on how to connect it at this point of time. You should be aware of few things. But I think our training session for today is completed. Let's take a few questions and let's see how many of you still don't have access for this members. Anyone struggling to have access for this, please drop in their emails.
Yes, Vajrang. It's me, Ramya.